It is October 26th, around 3:30 p.m.
October 27th, dummy.
At the bottom along the creek. It's shaped like a Y. I'm sitting kind of at the point of that Y. Got plenty of pines behind me and got several big trees that fell down during the last storm. So there's nothing really traveling off this point. So what they're doing is they're coming from the east. There's another bedding area to the east. And they're crossing the little creek crossing here. Deer are also traveling up and down this creek. There's multiple trails in that bottom. There's also a trail coming just to my right here. I got an northeast wind right here. There's north, there's the east over here, so I got kind of a side wind. It should be okay. There's several acorns up and down this bottom here. I got 2 bugs on camera. This is the third year. There were 8 points. At the time when I first had the pictures of those bugs, I thought there were 3-year-olds at the time, so I'm not sure. They could have been 2-year-olds. I give them the benefit of the doubt on that. But they're still 8 points. The one in particular 8 point I call Bruiser. He hasn't grown any. He's the same rack. Last year I had a picture of him early February. His eye was kind of swollen shut. He had broken tines. And I was worried about his eye. I thought he may be losing his eye, but over the next couple of weeks after that, he lost one side of his antler and his eye started opening back up. This other 8 point, he's kind of high and tight, kind of nickname. High and tight. He's had the same eye, probably about a 16-inch spread on him. He's probably about 17 this year. He grew some more mass. But that particular deer has stayed on this property throughout summer and fall for the last 3, this has been 3rd year now. I feel good about him if I let him go. That nobody else will get him, so maybe he'll be a bigger deer and get more mass, maybe taller next year. But definitely, the Bruiser 8 point, definitely going to take him. I got some pictures of him crossing this creek. About 20 yards right here. Pictures all up down this bottom. I got my camera over by the pine tree. We'll see. I've had some videos, pictures of him around like 7 p.m., like just after dark. I've had some morning pictures of him coming through around 5:30. So maybe so we'll see. I don't know. It's kind of It's about 7:15 this morning. I do a little bit of ground assault. Yesterday afternoon, the wind kind of swirled at this other spot I was hunting. I kind of figured out with the last 2 hunts, the wind just kind of swirls in there. So I think I'm going to have to stick with unless it's a straight north wind. I think I'll be okay. But it's going to be more of a morning style hunt. So this morning, the wind's kind of blowing out of the east, which is kind of to my front left. With the thermals, I think it should just carry it on down the creek to my right over here, which is kind of thick. The deer kind of traveled down in front. The pictures I've got here are just mostly does and some small bugs on my minerals. But there's a lot of acres dropping. I didn't hear acres dropping since like 5:45 this morning. I go back to yesterday's hunt. I saw 3 does and a fawn in the 8 point, and what looked to be a small 4 point that was with the 8. It never got close, but I had an 8 point within like 8 steps at one point. I've had some camera pictures of that particular 8 point. I didn't consider him a shooter compared to the other 2. But when I seen this deer in person, he really shrunk body-wise, because I would have bet money that the one particular doe that I seen would have outweighed him by like 10 pounds. So probably dressed, that buck probably would have weighed 100 pounds. If that. But he was a young deer. I didn't have any luck this morning. I just drove down to another spot. Fixed up the food plot because the wife's handing it around like she wants to bring the crossbow out. I had a food plot. I planted some of the bigger leaf stuff like brassicas and clovers and things like that back in about middle of August before one of the big rains. I had already brought in about 800 pounds of lime throughout the summer and spring. It definitely came up really nice. You can tell the deer's been hitting it up. So I came in a couple weeks ago and I put some more there's an oats mixture, a little bit of wheat. Didn't put any rye, and I touched up with some more clover. So and I fertilized it. So we'll see what happens. We got some rain this past week. Got some more coming Sunday. So we'll see what happens in the morning.